Hear ye, come all. This is your man who did it, and I'm about to tell y'all how to ball. No, I'm just playing around, man. This is another episode of Reality Clips. I'll be your host. Who did it this time? I believe this is part 3. And if it's echoing, pardon me, I'm in my dining room. About to take off here in a second. But something came and ran across the dome. And I've been saying it for a while in my personal circle, man. What is the problem with Negroes not wanting to have a reserved table every now and then? As I look around in my surrounding area, I have a Puerto Rican neighbor. I have a couple Mexican brothers that I see left and right, man, going to work, doing some landscaping business. I want to say there's a restaurant around the corner, a laundromat. One of my closest paisans, pardon me. My boy, man, Snake. Hey, man, I do anything for that brother. He knows how I feel about him. He's like an older brother to me. He's from the boot. He's Italian, man. He knows how I feel. A couple of my other partners, man, they are of the mixed race. So this is no slight on them, man. Obviously, my other half, man, she got a whole bunch of different tribes in her as well. So don't even get me started with that. I ain't got no hate in my blood when it comes to that. But my issue right now for this reality clip is, what is my problem with my brothers and sisters for not wanting a reserved table every now and then? When you go to a decent 5-star restaurant, man, now, pardon me, dang, not necessarily the McDonald's or Wendy's or Popeyes, not even your Eaton Parks or like Ponderosa back in the day, Golden Corral, Old Country Buffet. Hopefully for some of you Southerners, man, and West Coast boys, I'm not losing you. The point I'm trying to make is, then you go to ones where they tell you got to have hard shoes on, no Jordans, no foams, no Iversons, no Reebok Classics, no white tees, no gang affiliations, no ball caps, blah, 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 blah. They tell you to come up in here to be dressed up. You know what I mean? You have to come bare minimum casual, almost like formal type tip, but as you're about to leave the formal, come in dressed up. Then there's a thing where you see a host and you say table for such and such, 2, 3, 4, and so on. But then you look down at the reserved table, you look at the reserve list. I'm here for the Johnson party. I'm here for the Slappy party, the Alfred party, the Dawkins party, the Tench party, the Bolton party. You get what I'm saying? The Shakespeare party. It's a reserved table. You might have a reserved room. There is no slight on anybody else who comes in that restaurant per se. But the reserved table is for a reserved amount of people who already are in agreement to get there, to get the food, to get served, and to fellowship and be on their way. Who did it? What are you trying to say in this reality clip? So funny you say that, young lad. Let me break it down to you what I'm talking about, a reserved table. When you accept the Most High, His commandments and the covenant, we get that. But then there is a duty, there is an aligned subject, and there is a message that needs to be said to your people per se. Your preference could be if you are a Negro. We talking to the brothers from the South, the East, the West, the North, and the Midwest. Man, you look like me. We wear the same clothes. We talk the same slang. I don't expect my Dominican brother or my Ephraim brother, which would be Puerto Ricans, or my Ishkar brother, which would be the Mexicans. I don't expect them to always break it down to my brother in the projects in Harlem or my boy down in Dade County. That is my job. Pardon me if y'all hear my chest echoing, because I'm passionate about this reserved table. It does not mean that I'm sitting here hating on other people. My focus ain't even on other tables. My focus is on my reserved table. My reserved table is my brethren. Now, if you are one of those Negroes out here, or quote unquote black, which is a corporate title, and you want to know what everybody can sit down at the table, bruh, for another time period. If we talking about maybe an outdoor event or a barbecue, that is that event. But we talking about reserved seating right now, reserved table. Negroes got family business they need to handle, that being abortion. idol worship, drug-infested homes, domestic violence. Oh my goodness, violence against each other, the gun violence. Well, who did it? What about the Asian man, the Arab man? I'm not talking to him. You think my brother Snake don't have issues from the boot? We know Italians kill Italians. We know Mexicans are at beef with one another. We know that some of our Native American brothers have beef with other tribes. I'm not talking to him. I'm talking to my reserved table at the moment. We will get on the dance floor and mingle with other tribes later on. But every now and then, for a time period, maybe one day, maybe 1 hour, you better handle the reserved seating first. Because if not, that is why we have so many issues in the community. Because you niggas are afraid of reserved seating every now and then. Reserved table. This is not race bait. This is not hate speech. This is truth serum. It tastes bitter, but it's good for you. Sit down and shut up. Everybody has a platform. Everybody has a voice. You know what else? Everybody has eyes and ears, and they can see that niggas are out of order. This is not for the faint of heart, and I apologize if I'm using the N-word too much for y'all. Reserved seating, dog. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Every now and then you need a reserved table. I got love for all tribes, man. Y'all already know. Y'all can already tell what this rhetoric is leading to. There's a 12. Then there's each and every one of the 12. Then there's the neighbors grafted in. But I expect my neighbor, who might be Arabic, to talk to his people first and foremost about treating one another good and getting past the race issue and all that other crap that they want to say on this soil. I get all that. I get all different Germans and whatnot wanting to accept so-called black men and black girls, and all that's cute. But every now and then, there's reserved seating. And that don't make me a racist or a bigot. I'm aware of the foolishness that my people are into. Well, what about everybody? It's mankind. It's worldly. Excuse me, ma'am. This is reserved seating, table for such and such. I'm only expecting 15 people to be at this table because those 15 people are under one God at one point, one covenant. They understand the commandments. They want to get to a solution and not keep resurfacing the problem and issues. And at the end of the day, they can understand my language, which is reserved seating at the moment. Then we handle our table. Then we say, hey, man, come on over, man. How you been? Then you enter that conversation. I don't want to become long-winded. I don't want to divide. I just want y'all to know that every now and then, what's the matter with my people? You are scared to love your own. You scared to address our own issues. More importantly, you don't even want to protect when everybody's coming for your brother or sister. You can't wait to bash them in front of everybody else. This is your man who did it, man. Who did it this time. Reality clips for your behind. Come ye, come all. This is your man who did it, telling you how to ball. All right? I got nothing but love for y'all, man. Have a great day. Peace.